Hello, 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 loves. How are you? Okay, so I was trying to check something and I was wrong. Okay, so I was trying to see, did I have to, let me turn my lights. Okay, now you all can see me. Hello, everybody. Come on in. We're having a live. I'm trying to see, did I do this, if I could do this the way I wanted to, but apparently I cannot. Come on in. Oh, I can. I'm trying to see, did I do this, if I could do this the way I wanted to. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, hey. So let me do this. Let me see if you put it on. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if you can see this live stream on my other channel, and I don't have to like really get on it because I don't think I do. But let me see. Hi, Love Jones. Hi, Golden Nate. Okay, so we're gonna have a podcasty vibe as usual when I do these. Hi, Love Jones. Hi, Golden State. Okay, so we're gonna have. So for some reason, it's showing up like this to me. Okay, so now let me see something. Let me see something. Uh, y'all, if I see one more person talk about their damn new Kayali's, I'm like, good lord. Okay, so it is showing up. I just needed to see was it gonna show up on both of my streaming on both of my YouTube channels at the same time, and it is. The game has changed, y'all. The game has changed. I might even go on TikTok. I could be on three different things at the same time, but I'm just gonna give it to y'all today. But next week, it's gonna be on three things. I'm gonna be on TikTok. I'm gonna be on everybody. I'm gonna get on TikTok later. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's start this podcast. First off, though, let me do this because I need to check something before we get started. I have a package that I need to open. This is gonna be a different package. Please forgive the fan in the background, but I just figured out that due to heavy rains, hi Kelly, that my closet is low key flooded. It wasn't too bad, but it was bad enough. So I'm trying to dry my carpet. I ran out and bought a wet dry bag. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this package that is not perfume related, but I do need to open it right quick because it is something that needs to be opened up expeditiously. All right, so we're going to be talking about PR, and I have some thoughts. I just want to go into it and just have a conversation about it. So beautiful. I'm going to show y'all one. These are super healthy. I bought some eucalyptus plants because I wanted some eucalyptus and I'm tired of buying eucalyptus. And I was like, why don't you just get some plants and then you could have, just grow some eucalyptus. So I bought some eucalyptus plants for the house. So hopefully I keep these living and then we can take pieces of them. So, when we want them in the bathroom or whatever. So I got eucalyptus. It was four of them. I'll post them up. I'll see if they still have them. I got them on Amazon. It was like four for $24. So it was really inexpensive. And these are nice sized plants, nice and healthy. Look at these babies. Okay. So let me go back into my podcasting mode. All right. So, you know, PR is big, is becoming very big, especially in FragCom. PR, of course, is if you don't know, that's uh, you know, it's products that the manufacturers uh, that they send in order for you to try out and possibly give information on. Now, let's just have a moment to talk about influencer marketing in general. So, influencer marketing in general is the cheapest form of marketing that companies have in their arsenal. So, and the reason why that is because if you think about it, so much of it they don't even have to pay for. When I go out and buy things and then I get on here and I talk about them, right? And I talk about them and say, oh, I like it. And then you decide I'm going to try it or I'm going to buy it based on something that I said. They've gotten sales and they didn't even have to do anything. The sales came just because I talked about them off the money that I spent. So influencer marketing is some of the most inexpensive marketing that a company can have. That's number one. So now let's talk about how things are going right now. Now, when it comes down to PR, see, PR is good. Let me say this, there's nothing wrong with PR. But let me just say this. PR should not come with instructions. When a company gives you PR, they're sending it in in the hopes that you will use it and you will talk about it because they see your content or you reached out to them and then they're saying that yes, we would like to, yes, could you, we would like you to try it. Now understand this, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because the creators, especially the smaller ones, are fucking it up. The large ones know their worth. The smaller ones that don't understand their worth, which is making PR not work in our favor as the creators, but they are putting all the power in the company's hands, which is not the way it works. So we're going to talk about PR. We're going to talk about collabs. We're going to talk about sponsors. So there's a big difference. When you are getting PR from a company, it is based on, hey, I would like to send it to you. You are under no obligation to ever speak about it. That's what truly PR is. PR is not, I'm going to send it to you, you got to talk about it. Absolutely not. It is, hey, I'm gifting this to you. And then if you choose to talk about it, you do. Because understand, gifting out a lot of bottles ain't shit compared to what it would cost for traditional marketing. If they had to do a marketing campaign in a traditional one using magazines, using print, using TVs or anything like that, or even doing their own advertising via social media, using doing advertised spots, it would cost them more. So the point of PR is they're sending it out, and then so many people, by sending it out to a lot of people, then you have the ability for people to then talk about you. And those people exponentially will increase your sales, right? Exponentially will increase your sales. And that's the thing about PR, but you should not, but now the other issue with PR, so here's what's happening now with PR. People are getting PR and they're giving you instructions on what they want and talking points. Let me be clear about that. That is not PR. And that's based on the fact that so many small creators are so happy to get these free products that they aren't understanding their worth in this big in the grand scheme of things. And so because they're getting something free, they feel like they've got to do this to continue to get something free. That's not the way it should be. That's not the way it is. But because of the small creators accepting this and doing and going along with this, it is then creating this weird space we're in where the companies are now in control and not the creators. Because understand, they can sending out a PR package is very infinitesimal to what they right, is very infinitesimal to what it costs for them to what it's costing them to if they did traditional marketing. So if they send out a bunch of PR, they're actually not spending anywhere near what they would if they had to do traditional marketing. So therefore, and advertising. So therefore, we should have the power, but now we don't, because we have so many small creators who don't understand their worth, that they're running around and doing cartwheels for a free product, especially when it comes to, so what if it's $100 or $200 bottle of perfume, or even a $200 or $300, because ultimately it's not costing them that much to make it. That is the retail price. That's not how much the cost for it is. And you always got to remember that the cost is a lot less than what their markup is. So therefore, it's really not costing them that much. So when we as creators allow these companies to say, hey, I'm going to give you this, I'm sending you this, say it's a fragrance. We're going to talk Fragcom. I'm going to send you this fragrance. And then we want you to type, want you to say this, talk about this, about the fragrance, giving you dates when they want you to post it up and things like that, right? Then what you're saying is that okay, so you're now giving them, so now they're getting all this free advertisement for very little money. See, if someone's giving you talking points, if they have specific directions, that is called sponsored videos, and you should be paid for them. PR is, I would like to give it to you to try, and maybe you will talk about it. If you watch the makeup community, they get loads of PR. They don't necessarily go back and talk about all that stuff. They might show it, but you might never hear about it again. Why? Because the fact is that, especially when they're larger creators, they know, hey, we're just doing good for them to show it. The other issue with PR, especially now, and this has been happening for a long time, with the companies, and people need to call them out. Instead of trying to kiss their ass to hold on to your PR, which happens, understand that a company that only wants positive things said about their fragrance or whatever their product is not really looking for what PR should be doing, not looking for honest reviews of their products. See, a company needs to be willing to take the honest reviews, right, in order to say that some things aren't good. And by doing that, if a bunch of people say your product isn't good, then maybe you need to rethink that product. Maybe you need to pull it and say, let me make some adjustments to it. See, that's kind of what a review should be happening. Not, oh, when you hear these people talking and you can clearly see they really are not telling the truth. They're trying to gloss over because they're trying to stay on the PR list. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with PR, right? There is nothing wrong with PR. But the problem is that when you decide that it's so important that you get these freebies, and because they sent it to me, that it's more important than you being honest about what you think about it, then that's why so many people who are viewers then look and say they don't like it when people get PR. When in reality, we do need to get PR in order to continue to do this kind of thing, because you can only spend so much money. I ain't got it like that. I know some people do, but I ain't got it like that. So if people give you PR, but then on the flip side, if you want to keep the PR, a lot of times people are then downplaying things or not being totally truthful because they want to stay on the PR list, right? Now, so I'm saying this to creators, if you watch this, if you get something like, for instance, I'm being real. I don't get a lot of PR because actually I have some I don't even look at. Right. And if a company flags you for saying something negative about their product, then you need to put that out there. Why? Because people need to know they don't want anything but positive reviews, which says something about them as a company, right? Now, if you are getting And if they're wanting talking points, if they want you to say certain things, then that means that it's sponsored content and you need to be negotiating payment of some sort, right? It, you need to be negotiating some payment. But as a creator, you also have to be willing to say the truth. If you don't like something, and if it means that you get off a PR list, you just get off that PR list. But we are so driven trying to show our popularity as creators. And part of being a popular creator is I'm on PR lists, right? And that's the truth. So part of being popular and showing you're popular is to say, I'm getting PR. And see, a lot of content creators don't want to admit to that. It's part of it's showing that I'm popular. They're sending me things. Yay. But when they send it, so they will say what they need, what they want to hear in order to keep their popularity going with the brand. And that's the truth of it. When, like for instance, I always will say if I get something for free from one of my people, hey. And let me tell you, I've over the years had companies try to get me to do PR, send me PR and give me those instructions, and I've sent things back. I was like, oh no. That's a spot. You should be sponsoring me. If you need me to do this within a certain amount of days and you've got talking points, that's sponsored content. Now, so there's that, right? So I say this because I say creators are playing themselves short. They selling themselves short at this point, because if you are taking this PR and doing all this work for a bottle, let's just talk Francom, for a bottle of perfume. If you're doing a lot of work, if they're asking you to post up this, post this on your Instagram, if they're asking you, if they're requiring this from you for you to get a free bottle, and ain't no money changing hands, then you are being played. Because that bottle they sent you didn't cost them that much, and you are putting out. Listen, if the bottle cost them $40 to make, and you alone, let's be honest, get them 20 or 30 sales. You ain't even got to do a lot of sales, 20 or 30 sales, because those 20 or 30 sales can then create more sales. Because what happens, it's an exponential thing, right? It's an exponential thing, because then if you buy that and then you say hey to somebody and they smell, you say, oh, that smells good, and then somebody else buys it, it's exponential, and all they paid for was the price of the bottle and sending it to you. So who's being played? If they give it to you and then you don't say any, see, that's the whole point of PR. They send it to you, you give them honest thoughts on it, yay or nay. Because the reality is, I could say something ain't that great, but maybe somebody else will say, oh, but it was so good, and these are the reasons why, and they listen to that person. You have to have the good and the bad, because everything is not going to get perfect reviews, right? Everything is not going to get perfect reviews. So you have to be willing to say that. Before I get started, let me get hydrated. Hydration break. And hello, everybody who's come in. Let's keep talking. All right. Let's stay hydrated. All right. So that's a PR. Now let's talk about collaborations. So many times you see people calling something a collaboration when it really isn't. A collaboration is like what Navitus does. When they work with an influencer and they collab with them, right? And to make a product together, that is a collaboration. And make no mistake, they are being paid for it, as they should be. So we should support those collaborations if you choose. I am not here to tell you gotta help everybody out and support everybody's collaboration. But it would be nice if you did. If you see something you like it, that then so be it, right? But understand, stop calling things collaborations because they sent you something. You're not collaborating with the brand. You are being pimped by the brand. You are not a collaborator. A collaborator is AI with Navitus, Big Beard Business with Navitus, the makeup collaborations. But you are not a collaborator. But a lot of people use that word because they've gotten something from them and they're now saying something about the product. No, 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 no. Like, for instance, let me just say this, and I know eventually they do pay people. Forever Rose. I happened to watch this show called Dubai Bling, and I saw the owner on there. It's a family that owns it, and I saw him on it. But anyway, Forever Rose contacted me about getting roses for, whatever, Mother's Day, and they was gonna send me some roses to promote Mother's Day. No, I'm sorry. No. Unless we're talking some money for this, right? 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 Exactly. And so what it should be called is sponsored content. Sponsored content is when you're actually getting paid and they do give you talking points. And understand there's nothing wrong with sponsored content. And the reason why I say that is because we watch commercials all the time. It's so quite interesting to me that in this world, the social media world, we feel like a person shouldn't get sponsored, do sponsorships. Yet we don't mind when celebrities do commercials. It's all the same thing. Look at sponsored content as basically like a commercial. But now you are actually helping somebody smaller pay their bills, right? You helping somebody pay their bills. So that's what you want to look at, is that if this is something, oh yeah, I know they pay, but what they'll do, because what they did was they tried to get me to do it for free, and I just ignored them. No, they and it's clear they pay because some of these people just talking about like, oh my God, Fred Rose, come on now. Come on, come on, come on. But what I'm saying is that, and understand this, there is quite a bit of content that is being paid for and they're not telling you. That's when you see a certain type of vibe to their video and it just seems a little over the top, right? But and you going, wow, that's because more than likely they're being paid. But part of that is that payment says they don't want them to say they're being paid because they understand that so many people frown upon sponsorships, sponsored videos, right? And so what happens is that you have to, so if you notice certain talking points, oh, I know they put it in contracts, exactly. So if you notice certain talking points, you see them kind of, oh, if you see a certain product and you notice, especially the bigger influencers, kind of sound the same talking about them, that's because they're doing a spot, they're being paid for that. But part of their payment says they cannot say this, which is low key in violation of FTC ruling. That is, you know, low key illegal. That's why there were so many issues in the makeup community about that. So they kind of try to have you word it differently. I'm sure they give a few different talking points so it doesn't show up so easily. But that is the truth. So when it comes down to sponsored videos, I need the viewers to get off the creators about that. The reality is that this shit costs. And so in order for us to do it, we're gonna have to do some commercials. When we get commercials, we're gonna have to do them. And it's only fair that we could, if you want us to be able to continue to do this type of content, and if we have the opportunity to make some money, right? Right? If you want to have the opportunity to make them to for us to continue and to be able to put out content, especially since most of our stuff is consumer related. Let's just be honest. Fragrance people, household people, makeup people. We're talking about consumer related things, going out and buying some shit. Then we have to be able to make some money at this. And YouTube does not pay you enough. So you need to be able to make sponsored content. So don't so I'm saying this for the viewers is if a person tells you they have sponsored content and it's like, a section of their videos, applaud them instead of being upset because they're doing basically a commercial, which we've been watching commercials all our lives. Instead of being upset, be happy for them because now they're making some different revenue streams, right? Right? You have to say be happy that they're getting different revenue streams so that they can continue to do the stuff that you like, so that they can continue to talk about this whatever the product is that you watch them for. So back up off of them if they're actually telling the truth about, hey, this is sponsored. My sponsor today is such and such. What? High five them because hey, they got somebody to pay for this shit, so to help them to continue to do this. So I want y'all to think of it that way because I know sometimes you're in group, you see people talking, they're like, they're such a liar. There's this, and the other. But when it comes down to a marketing standpoint, understand that the power is really in the influencers if we would understand it and make companies move in that manner again, because we have now let companies wind up telling us that, oh, this is what you got to do for this penny's worth of information. No, it doesn't. They don't know. They can't tell. They're gonna get paid about the views. That's what's gonna happen. But what I'm saying is that, so when it comes down to the PR for any content creators who watch me, I need y'all to calm down. I need y'all to calm down. If a company sends you PR, and if you say it's really not that great to you, and they take you off their PR list, right? Right? If they if they take you off of their PR list, then you don't want to be associated with that company. If they can't take the bad with the good, then you don't want to be bothered with them. See, they need to be able to say, hey, okay, so everybody didn't like it, but hopefully a great majority was. Right? So hopefully a great majority will. And that's what makes the difference. And so if you are looking to get PR, it's fine. That's a wonderful thing. But be willing to say, yep, if they don't want to, if they will take away your PR just because of the fact that you didn't like a product, right? Then you need to think about that and make sure that's what you're doing, right? You want to make sure that you're staying true to what you're trying to do. You don't have to, you ain't got to make everybody happy. But what you have to do is make yourself feel okay with it. right? And if, like I said, if they are asking you, could you, you're gonna put it on IG, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, but no money involved, right? Well, here's the thing. Discovery sets, full bottles, it really doesn't matter. You know why? Because it ain't costing them that much even to send you them full bottles. It doesn't. And it's more impressive on the PR. It really is. So it's okay. Send the full bottles. Because then those people will be, if they really like it, then they're gonna talk about it. Listen, if I love something, I'm gonna talk about it. If you send it to me and I love it, hell, if I pay for it and I love it, I'm gonna talk about it. So therefore, always it's a win-win. But like I said, companies we have got to stop letting companies dictate what we do with these bottles, how we relate to them, when all you did was send me a bottle of perfume that probably cost $20 in real talk, in total cost, plus shipping, right? So if you look at it from that perspective, instead of thinking, oh my God, I've got this $300 bottle of perfume, absolutely not. You have whatever their costs for it. Now, the retail is that, but that's not how much they spent in order to send it to you. So stop acting like they're doing you a favor. See, the thing is that the smaller creators are treating PR like it's like they're doing, like the companies are being so nice to them. And oh my God, you know, I gotta do it like this because they've been so kind to me. This is a transactional relationship, y'all. Let's be clear on this. It's a transactional relationship. They're sending it to you because they know the transactional part of this is that you're going to show it on your channel. Now, they have to be willing to, in true PR, understand that maybe not everybody's going to show it. Here's the thing about it. You're going to have some people that might not show it because they really don't like, but they don't want to talk about your company, right? So they're not going to dog your company. So they might say, oh, it's okay. It's not for me. And it's okay if someone says it's not for me. It is this, this, and the other. See, it's okay for that. So the transaction is, I talked about it. So understand the transaction is they send it to you. You're going to show it. I promise, even if you never get back to it again, you're going to show it. Because we haul, and it's going to be in a haul like, oh my God, I got this in haul. They sent this to me. Yay. So the transaction is there, and you don't owe them anything else but that. Because I promise you, I'm saying this with all truth and honesty, is that influencer marketing is so inexpensive. Because understand that most people who are going to send you PR are saying it right. The people who are sending it to you already kind of know that you have a following, and B, more than likely you've talked about them before a lot, especially the bigger ones. You've talked about them before, so it's a win-win for them to say, okay, here you go ahead and talk about it, go ahead and talk about it. No, see, but you're looking at this from a viewer standpoint, from a business standpoint, from they're not going to do, that's too much. See, if you got some new stuff coming out, you're gonna send out the bottles and that's it, because it's not that difficult. See, you're looking at it from a viewer standpoint, from a company, from a business standpoint. Hell, listen, the larger people, you just gonna send out the whole set to them. And usually, especially when you're talking about fragrances, there's usually Um, right, right, right. So usually they want people to talk about them. Now, now what they can do, the one thing PR can tell you is please do not show this until a date. Right. They're right. Thank you. They're gonna give, and that's coming from a viewer standpoint. From a company standpoint, you just gonna send that stuff out and then see what happens. Right. So now that I've like died, you know, had my little verbal laugh. So thank you all for hanging out with me and talking about it. So yeah, any other thoughts about it? I the PR train is annoying to me, right? Because I watch so many small creators get sucked into it, and they looking at it from a popularity standpoint, and they're doing cartwheels for products when they don't even have to work that hard, and companies still gonna send you stuff, especially if you have a good following and you can show here's where my following is. Like right now, listen, they didn't have to figure this out. No, they didn't do that. It's us as creators did it. Let me tell you this. The companies did not figure this out. It was the creators who did this. And the reason why it happened is because people wanted to flex their PR, and they then allowed some of these companies to bully them instead of everybody backing up like, oh, they're going to do this with somebody for PR, then nobody takes their PR. See, if creators kind of banded together on these companies, they slow that shit down. Like if creators said, "Hey, yeah, I gave them bad. They sent me PR. I really didn't like it. They took me off their list." If other creators said, "Oh, is that how y'all working?" Then nobody will take it. Then they would stop, and they would do it correctly because they need the influencer marketing. Because you have to understand traditional advertising and marketing hates influencer marketing because they can't control it, and the big companies aren't making money off of it, right? Small people are making the money off of influencer marketing, right? And it costs less, and it's based on, and part of this whole thing is that's why people want to be relatable. That's why they want to, have people like really like them, is because people will buy or purchase based on another person's, that they trust their opinion faster than they will from something in a magazine or something. So therefore, influencer marketing is real, because people listen, right? Yeah. So people listen because that's the whole point of it. People like to listen, like want opinions, and so they want people to then give them their opinion, and the people that they trust their opinions because hey, they said something I got and I loved it. Then that creates that bond of trust. I mean, y'all trust me. I don't know why. I don't know why. But y'all trust me on certain levels. If I say it's the Two Bros and I love that Two Bros, the Two Bros is good, a lot of y'all are gonna be like, if you love Two Bros, you're gonna be like, ooh, why? Because you trust my opinion. I don't understand why y'all trust my opinion, but it's the truth. But it's the truth. So I'll look at it like, but it's a oh, y'all so sweet. Y'all so sweet. But it's but that's the whole point. So if people feel like you are telling them the truth, then they're gonna take your opinion. So that's the whole point. There's that give and take that we have in this situation. But when you then have people who break that that trust, right? Right? When you break that trust, then it's hard to then it's hard to get it back. So that's why the whole thing about being relatable, giving a certain amount of yourself. This room is fucking crazy, y'all. I don't know what's going on here. I think that it's the air on. It's only 70 degrees outside. I gotta open up some windows upstairs. So let me see something. Let me check something right quick. It is 73 degrees outside. Why is the air on? On my phone. Give me a second. There we go. About to freeze me out. Whew. I swear I'm been getting colder and colder as I've been sitting here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I just had a moment. I might need to find a sweater or something. Jesus Christ, it's cold in here. Hold on, I'll be right back. It really is. Jesus. Right, because I'm in the basement, so it's cold as fuck down here. Y'all, look at my eucalyptus plants. They're so cute. Baby, you know what real is? If y'all could see how my room looks right now. Like I said, I had to pull out all my shoes off the floor because of this water issue. It wasn't super bad, but I see where we have an issue outside that needs to be addressed. That's why this water came into my closet. Please. Okay. Whew. Whew. Goodness. Now that's true. People do think I'm a little crazy. You know what? people, people either, you know what? I was told this years ago about me is that people either love me or hate me. There is no in between. And that is true. People either love my black ass or they can't stand my black ass. And I'm okay with that. Well, we already talked about declutters in my field. Y'all, Teresa, you should know my feelings about declutters. I'm gonna do a whole thing on that. Could y'all please stop? Cause can I just say this? Now, unless the fragrance just ain't your style, but I think that people really need to hold on to fragrances for a little bit longer. If I see one more person selling something talking about 5 sprays, you did 5 sprays and decided that's it. What did Giselle say? Hold on. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. You know what? Don't make me ban you, JC. Don't make me ban you. We and just because you got some California color, if you lived in Chicago, your ass would be just as beige as I am. So don't play with me. I mean, I've always admitted I'm black girl beige. Oh, yeah, that's true. He might be on the other channel because I'm seeing all the comments. because I'm streaming on both my channels. I don't think Kayali fragrances are bad. I just think that they're becoming a color pop of fragrances. I just think they're putting out too much too soon, you know. Yeah, honey, you see what I'm doing? Do you see I'm trying to be on two? Listen, I was about to put y'all on. I was about to put TikTok on too. I was about to be on three. I was gonna have three things going on. Oh, I do too. I pay, am I do, I've been doing this. You know that, right? You know, I've been doing that. I tend to look for those things. I be looking at it like, I be like, okay. And don't get, like I said, I don't have any problem, but it's like she coming out every 2 months with fragrances now. That's a look. She's like becoming ABH. She's becoming Anastasia Beverly Hills. She's like ColourPop. It's like that's that's too much. She's they're getting into this oversaturation of the market, and that's why fragrance these companies have to slow down. I get they're trying to make their money and get in while the getting is good, but when you start oversaturating the market is when you start losing sales because people get tired. People get tired, right? They get tired, and so then they're going to slow down buying because now you are starting to see the shift even in the fragrance community. Now that's the truth right there. That does show how cheap for them to produce them fragrances are. Uh, good night, good night. Enjoy your weekend too. Um, the other thing is you are starting to see the shift in in consumerism, where we're going through this whole thing where everybody's talking about um how they're talking about how oh, I've got to slow down, and I understand, right? I understand because I feel that I'm trying to slow down. I'm not gonna say I'm doing the best job of slowing down, but I'm trying to slow down. You know what I'm saying? So it was cold in here. Um, so you're seeing the shift, which is happening because the push there's been so much. Right, it's happening because the economy is crashing, but it's also happening with the women because they've gotten into this. They're trying to run it like the makeup community, but the price point is so much higher. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy like you were buying makeup. And that's the problem. You $600 in fragrance could be 4 bottles if you're lucky. It could be three. Whereas $600 in makeup is a lot, right? And that's the thing is that so many women who have come into this are looking at how much they spend it because it's an expensive hobby, right? It's an expensive hobby. So now you're seeing people going, whoa, 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 we got to slow this down, right? And so that's what you're starting to see. So that's what people now you're seeing all these things happening and people doing that. And so you're starting to see this no. Well, sort of. So that's what you're seeing now. So now you're starting to see people who are, I swear to y'all, I swear to y'all, I swear to y'all. I'm gonna have to say this because this always annoys me. There is a creator who has gone down and done a video saying these are their own they've decluttered down to 10 fragrances, and that's it. They have that's their collection. I am waiting to see when they buy some more stuff. Because how are you going to continue to do this content if you don't have anything? There's one thing, like where I sit at, I could make content for a year, maybe two, without buying, very minimal buying. Let's just be honest. I could buy maybe one or two a month and still have a lot of content, right? Still have a lot. Y'all know who I'm talking about. See, you see how nice I am. I won't say the names, but y'all all know who I'm talking about. And I'm like, so is your channel over? Are you done? Because if you only got 10 fragrances, so you must be done. So you must be bowing out. Now, I just, right, right, right. Because y'all know who I'm talking about. See, that's my whole point. I mean, you ain't got to have it like this. But, and to be quite honest, you could be like, what's his name? CJ. You can honestly run a channel off of samples and decants. You honestly can. So maybe that's what she's going to shift to. We'll see. Because, I mean, she can honestly, but if she's saying, I'm just got these 10 and that's it, then that's it. But because I know like CJ Smells, or I forget what his name is, but I know a lot of things he got decants on them. And that's fine because he has enough to actually do his, he actually has enough to do content with. Because if you're buying like 10 mil decants, you actually can get enough usage out of it to say, okay, this is what it is. This is what I think about it. Right. Right. But minimalist content gets boring after a while too. And the reason why is because how much can you talk about minimalism? I'm just saying, the reality is how, how 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 are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? I'm just confused. I'm confused. Because with the minimalist content, for me, it's always like, well, if you're a minimalist, how much are you gonna tell me about? Because you shouldn't be getting anything else. It really did. I didn't. I did good. I only bought for my classes. Right. I mean, and I'm sorry. Marie Kondo, that whole vibe bothers me. You should only have the things you absolutely love. I might love them, and that's a good thing to do. It honestly is. Now, here's the thing, Liz. I challenge you to use them 10 mil decants because don't beat me. And I got all these damn decants and barely use them. So I challenge you. If you buy the 10 mil decants, make sure you use it. Right. Right? It's like, okay. Right. That's my whole point. My love of things varies from day to day. So what if I get rid of some shit and then like 2 months later I want it back? Did she? Mark, I'm gonna have to look that up. Did she recant? Because there's a certain fun. See what I'm saying? Because I got decants. I got all kind of decants in it now. The problem is, do I use these bitches? Okay, but see, because trying to live that way is more stressful than being excessive. Let's just be honest. Trying to be minimal can be a lot more stressful. Right? They go into a black hole. Decants fall into the black hole. Right? Because when you're trying to be minimal, that shit stresses you out. Because you're trying to make it, no, just enjoy. Now, you don't have to enjoy to the point you can't pay your bills or you feeling some type of way. Right, 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 exactly. Right? Look, I'm about to go look her up. Let me see. Wait, I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna find it. Listen, we gonna have a whole. Let's see. We go find her. Read, because she made $1 million, millions of dollars. Marie Kondo quits. January 30th, 2023. Queen of Clean, Marie Kondo admits that tidying up is no longer top of her to-do list. Listen what she said. She says, my home is messy. I am busier than ever having children. My home is messy, but the way I'm spending my time is the right way for me at this time, at this stage of my life. Right? She like, right? Exactly. Listen, you ain't got time to be trying to keep her. You ain't got time to start trying to do that. Mm-mm. Well, she actually has a book. Hold on, she has a book. And she came out with a new book. Listen, Marie gonna make her money. Marie gonna make her money. It says she has a book called, hold on, let me see. Her latest book, Karashi at Home, How to Organize Your Space and Achieve Your Ideal Life. Right. Thank you. Right. Honey, right. Because all that keeping everything neat goes out the door when you got a bunch of little kids in your house. So let me tell you, we got two up in here. We about to have three, and you know this house is a hot mess. It's toys and shit. Right? It's toys. It's toys. I got this food. Listen, you got to go through the couch and get the couch snacks out because they dropping food in between the seat, the cushion covers. Come on now. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Not at all. Ain't got time for all that. All right, y'all. I'm about to freeze to death. Right? Y'all got me for a little bit over almost 2 minutes. Right, right. Kids equal. It is what it is, and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. You know what? You know what? Quite a few people said that to her, and she's like really annoyed with people. Everybody kept saying she's gonna have another one, and now she is. You know, like for instance, little girl, little mama upstairs decided to drink argan oil last night. Not my argan oil. It was like an argan oil mix, but she had her little oil. She decided she needed, as opposed to, moisturizing her scalp, she wanted to moisturize her insides. Of course, it made her throw up. Yeah, she do be moving too fast too. Honey. Right, right. She was throwing it. She just threw it up. Right. She decided, I'm, I'm gonna lubricate my insides today. And be home today just as mad as she wanted to be. Messed up my whole day. I'm just saying, because I'm off. Right. It wasn't castor oil, came right up. Ooh, yeah, they freezing me down here, y'all. Easy, easy. Ooh, ooh, my goodness. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this podcast moments with me. The podcast moment is I be trying to be like all professional and shit with y'all. You know, trying to have like that whole, hey, we're gonna talk about it. Right, right. She really does have expensive taste. Right, right. I am not. No, it's because I'm in the basement and it's cold as hell down here with the air conditioner on. Oh, it's cold down here. Oh my goodness, it's cold down here. Before I go, let me just tell y'all, uh, who they ran you away to Maryville. Let me just tell y'all. Let me just tell y'all this. I had a Helen moment. Is Helen still here? I felt like Helen on Tuesday. I cooked. I was, grilled some things. That's not the point, right? But I wish it was. But I got my lettuce from my yard. I got my lettuce from my yard. I took some basil. I had some tomatoes. My cucumbers still ain't came out yet. My peppers are still, doing their thing. They ripening on the vine. I was like, oh, look at me. Had me a full head of lettuce from my yard, right? And made me this gorgeous little salad. Now, do you see a picture of it? Absolutely not, because I'm not that good. But I enjoyed my salad. It was so good. And the basil was so good. It was so fresh. Oh, the lettuce was perfect. I'm about to cut another head off and have it tomorrow. It was so good. It was so good. The problem is that I know I'm supposed to use a Q-tip to hand pollinate the cucumbers, but all I'm getting are males. None of my females have shown up yet because I've been checking, and I'm pretty sure because the butterflies and the bees are coming. So I thought I was, y'all. I thought I was doing something. I was like, is this the Helen life? Is this the Helen life? Right? Oh, and I got my fish. Oh, I got fish fertilizer. Yep. I got my fish fertilizer. I got to go fertilize in the morning because I need my tomatoes to come up good. So yeah, because I didn't have fish fertilizer. I was out, so I did order some. So I will be fertilizing in the morning. Honey, I'm trying. I am trying. But next year I'm gonna be on it. Ooh, next year is going to be on it. I'm planning next year's garden already. I'm planning next year's garden. I'm planning on my beds that I'm buying, my raised beds. I'm gonna be in it to win it. I'm gonna be out here like Farmer Jane in my little yard. Planning on getting some rain barrels. All right, I'm about to do it up. I'm about to do it up. All right, I'm about to go make me a sandwich because I'm hungry. Mm-mm. That's what Juicy for. Juicy keep the rodents out. Juicy keep the rodents out. So you all have a great day. It was lovely seeing you all again. I will be around this weekend. I need to go live on TikTok, but I'm not gonna do that now because I'm freezing. So they will get me tomorrow, and y'all will probably get me tomorrow too because I like to go on I like to go on two different platforms. You know what I'm saying? I do the two platform thing. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Love y'all.